right, let's go. Come on. Come on. This way. Up the stairs. Let's go. Come on. Okay, come on. Let's go. So after seeing Rebecca's video about kind of what spring is in California, I remember spring in California. Well, it's not spring here, obviously. We're still getting it pretty cold. I think it was like in the low 40s today. But there are little bulbs popping up and stuff, so I thought I'd show you what it's like around here this afternoon. There goes Avery. Let's see, what's the temperature? The temperature is like 41, 42. There's some feverfew that's still up. And there is a parsley that's hanging on. This I want to make into some kind of vegetable bed. I gotta still get out the azaleas and all. But there's still some some collards hanging on. And yeah, I've been using that parsley. It's looking pretty ragged. There's Avery out there. And I did dump some more. I had some potted soil that I just dumped in here. There was some mushroom mulch, but it's still too cold. I'll show you later. I bought some little seeds to put in, but those are my new prayer flags that I put up, I don't know, a few weeks ago. It was windy. There's a lot of sticks around, which is good because I use it for kindling. But the the elder is let's see, maybe this you can see better, is trying to there we go, put out some leaves. But it's still too early. Everything's still pretty dormant. There's half of my wood. They're still supposed to deliver the other half. So this is still like kind of the planning time. It's a beautiful day though. Chilly, but very pretty. This is a blueberry. Let's see. There's some little buds there. You can't really see them, but yeah. Avery, what you gonna do? And there's another elder out here as well. That was also putting out some life. And let's see, what did I see here? There's a couple of places where there's daffodils. That's my chase tree. There's not much going on there yet. There's more daffodils here. Should be more in this bed than I see coming up. Oh, there's some more right there. And there's just still a lot of stuff that I don't know if it's going to come back yet. Like this white sage. There's some sorrel that's been desperately trying to hang on, but this ground is still pretty frozen. It was very cold last night. I'll show you just how cold it was and still is. Yeah, that's frozen solid. But I think the sages, these culinary sages, are going to overwinter okay. Those flat leaf parsley are trying to hang on. A lot of that oregano I'm probably going to cut back. The thyme is pretty hardy. There's some wildflowers in here. I'm just waiting to clear everything out until things start getting warmer. Lavender's hanging on. Wormwood is hanging on. This is what is this? Can't remember whether it's cramp bark. Might be cramp bark, but it's got little buds on it too. Horseradishes gone for now. It'll come back up. And I've been, there's something, I don't know what all this is. These are weeds. But there's life where the comfrey is way down at the bottom. So my comfreys are, I know they're still alive. They're just still waiting. Let's see here. This is all going to be planted. I haven't decided what herbs, maybe some food plants out here because it gets better sun than the backyard. And then a lot of the bulbs are putting up. I don't even know what they are. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Those are either narcissus or I didn't even know. These would have bloomed when I wasn't here yet last year. And over here is a lot of bearded iris in here that's starting to poke up. Let's see, what else do we have over here? St. John's wort is hanging on right here. I've got to get all these are a weed. I've been told they're very invasive, some kind of cress, but anyway, I'm going to have to get out here and get those out. The valerian is still alive. The couple of motherwort are still alive, but not, they're just waiting. And then this is a comfrey that Rhea sent me, and there's a little bit of life in there too. And let's see. Japanese maples kind of hold on to their leaves even when they're dormant. It's kind of funny. There's some crocuses here coming up. You can't really see them. There they are. And it looks like these have set bud anyway last winter. These are black currants. I have two different kinds of black currants here. And these are the little Rosa canina, and they've got some little tiny bit of life in there too. These are all going to be hard to see. I should have used my better camera, but and there's you can see they have a little bit of life there. And this is a gooseberry that also is got some life. And the hops are buried underneath there. I know from my experience with hops, they will wait and then push up some new growth in the spring. And this is a California mugwort, believe it or not, and it looks like it's still alive. So that's the front yard. There's going to be a lot of work to do out here, but that's it for now. I'm just like leaving even the dead stuff on the this is a lemongrass. We'll see if that'll come back. So yeah, it's up front. So back inside the house now, and I guess this video is sort of a video response to Guidwife Rebecca's video, which was kind of a response to Annie's video about the signs of spring. So you saw the outside. Rebecca made a good point about how at the new year there's like this surge of energy and intention, and it kind of gets back to winter and after the holidays, and there can be a sluggishness. I know I found myself, well, the holidays were very difficult for me. It was very different, and it was really emotionally challenging for me. And then I made it through the new year, and then I found myself sort of backtracking a little bit emotionally. But over the past, I don't know, a couple weeks, I've had like a resurgence of energy to do things, to make some artwork, to get some different things going, and I'll show you what I've been doing. So I always have to make sure I'm not putting my fingers over the holes in this. So I've got a couple of tinctures going here. I've got a shatavari root, and I've got a chase tree berry, and both of those are good for hormonal kind of stuff. Menopausal symptoms. Shatavari is supposed to be particularly good for like dry vaginal area and that sort of thing, and chase tree is, I don't know, I've heard it I've heard of different things. They're both good for hormone kind of stuff, and shatavari is an adaptogen as well. I pulled out this book. This is by Cammie McBride, called The Herbal Kitchen, and has a lot of different, well, obviously there's herb information, but she has a lot of information on making different kinds of vinegars and elixirs and cordials, spiced wine, things like that. So I want to get back into that. And I bought some blood oranges the other day, a week or so ago, and I'm making some candied peel. They're still drying a little bit. I had them downstairs by the, not like right at the wood stove, but it's dry downstairs because of the wood stove. So they're drying a little bit more, and they're pretty tasty. I mean, they're strong. They're, you know, they've got that citrus oil kind of bitter to them, but they're really, you know, very flavorful. And I also made, with the juice, where did it go? With the juice, I made a blood orange syrup, and ooh, that's gotten quite thick. The intent with this was like to use it in maybe like drinks, but clearly it's thick enough to use. I think it would be really good on vanilla ice cream, maybe with a little bit of chopped bittersweet chocolate, but it's like, I juiced the blood oranges and I added half that volume in sugar and then just boiled the whole thing down, or simmered the whole thing down by half. So that's what you get. And you know, there shouldn't really be any pectin in that. That's true. In any case, that's what I did yesterday. And then today I went out and I got some seed starting mix. Because I got this. This was one of my Christmas presents. This cute little kind of seed starter dealie here. Come out of there. So it, you know, you put it together like a little greenhouse. And then I stopped by the nursery today when I was out, because I went out to Michael's and a couple other places. I'll talk about that in a minute. I got some red kale. I've also heard this called perestroika, or Russian kale. I've always liked that one. Red mustard, which I really like. Georgia collards, because I am in the South. And then some borage seed. And I remember that once you plant borage, at least in California, once you plant borage, you never have to plant it again. And it's really good for the pollinators. So I hope to have it outside. There's going to be a lot of stuff in that area, and then also that area out there, and we may even take up some more grass. What is that big bird out there? Oh, I think there's a big old hawk across the street. I saw one actually when I was driving home. Flew down right in front of me. So now, oh yeah, and then as far as spring goes, I got some stalks and whatever these little guys are. I've had those for about a week. And they're staying pretty good because my house is cold. I keep my house cold. So I shall take my herbal infusion. I've been doing oat straw and mint because I really don't care for nettle. It doesn't make me feel very good. You know, that's bad, but anyhow. So down to the work area, and there's Avery. Avery, say hi. You leave me alone, I'm sleeping. Got my new iMac. So I've got a lot of power to do stuff now, and that's my new camera, which I've been charging the battery. I've gotten back into using my Polaroid. I'll put in what I do with these. You actually use the back sides of the prints because I scan them. They get these really interesting effects. This is the front side, but I went back to a project that I was doing using my grandmother's. I have a kind of a mask, or I don't know what you call it, of my great-grandmother and the teapot. And anyway, I will insert those right here so you can look at those now. And then I've been experimenting. I have heard that you can transfer prints to wood. So this is, I've actually done a couple on here, trying to find the best medium. You don't have to use anything. You can use inkjet, but what you do is you take off the back of labels. Like I bought a bunch of these, just Avery labels. Avery, they're named after you. Just shipping labels, and you peel it off, and then you use the part that you peeled off, the part that the sticker was stuck to, and that's the part that you put into your inkjet printer to print out. And I flipped the pictures. This one is of the bay. This is, like I say, there's a you can see the Golden Gate Bridge is right there. But this was just an experiment. This is something that I had around. So I went to Michael's and I got a bunch of these little guys and these, and I'm gonna look through all my scans. Maybe my pinholes, maybe I'll also look for some of my Holgas. And yeah, that's going to be fun. I might want to sand these down a little bit more. Well, yeah, just to get it really smooth. So I've got that going on. So that's kind of what's happening. So there is, there is a lot of good energy. I'm gotta feed my fire here. So I had to get my fire going there. It looks like I'm running out of battery here, but that's okay. I'm not going to be talking much longer. I just wanted to get that out, kind of show what spring sort of means to me, and sort of the energy behind everything, and it just kind of starts moving, which is good. And it's not that personally I'm not still scared and worried about my life going forward, just because everything is still so different. But I'm trying to take it one day at a time. I'm trying to use my energy well, or at least be conscious of it, and sort of feel what's around me and all that. So I'm going to call it quits at that, because this is going to be long enough and I'm running out of battery. And yeah, so it was a great video by, well, both by Annie and by Rebecca, and I'm just adding my voice to the conglomerate. All right, bye.